What is up, you guys? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys with Dallas Stewart on the speakerphone. Dallas, how you doing?
Pretty good. Down to the final four.
Yep, the Final Four. We went 2-2 last week on divisional rounds, which, thank God, the Bills proved us wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah, Detroit not so much and so good, but now on to the conference championship picks for the 2024 season. Championship Sunday picks. First off, we start the earlier game. Gotta suck to be a Cowboys fan knowing this matchup. We got the Washington Commanders going to Lincoln Financial Field to take on the Philadelphia Eagles for the rights to go to the Super Bowl. History could be in the making. Jaden Daniels should have a unanimous lock for Rookie of the Year, but he has a chance to make history to possibly become the first rookie quarterback ever to play in a Super Bowl. And then Bobby Wagner still on the team. Dan Quinn, the former Seahawks defensive coordinator who helped bring us Super Bowl 48 with the Legion of Boom back in the day. You could make a case for him to be coach of the year.
yeah,
I mean, what an incredible turnaround in 1 year. Maybe possibly the fastest rebuild in NFL history if they somehow are able to pull it off. But the Commanders, man, they really just took it to the Detroit Lions, especially on defense. All the turnovers and just some of the crazy calls and five turnovers, and then one of which a dumb play call when they try to do get tricky and Jameson Williams throwing that interception. Just a dumb play call, man.
yeah,
I mean, and then just Jared Goff getting popped and he threw the pick six, winning the concussion protocol. Just that was just crazy. Meanwhile, you got the Philadelphia Eagles. Played in the snow game, tight snow game, which got tight. But Saquon Barkley, he did it to the Rams again. 2 games against the Rams. Combined Saquon Barkley stats from both the divisional round and the game during the regular season. In total, Saquon Barkley has rushed for 460 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns in 2 games against the Los Angeles Rams. 460 yards. Let that sink in.
yeah.
He
460. Wow.
Saquon Barkley fucked the Rams up. He fucked
Yeah,
them hard in the ass that game. That game was just whew, but man, how close it came at the end. And then Jalen Carter, Jalen Carter, man. I wanted us to originally draft him, man. He proved why he's still a beast. He got after Stafford, forced the sacks, and Stafford had some costly fumbles in that game where he got stripped. And the snow was really affecting Jake Elliott too, because he missed a couple of PATs in that game, which almost proved costly. But defense was able to bail him at the end. This should be a good game, man. Gotta say, man, gotta suck to be a Cowboys or a Giants fan knowing you have to watch your two biggest rivals play for the right to go to the Super Bowl. I know that feeling because of Super Bowl a couple years ago when it was the Rams and the 49ers playing for that, which thank God it wasn't the 49ers getting that Super Bowl though. But whew, this should be a good one, man. This game, I'll tell you what. What I love to see the Commanders get in, absolutely, because Bobby Wagner, and then chance to see a rookie quarterback play in the Super Bowl for the first time. But man, this really should be one of the best games of the two, to be honest. But oh man, we'll see what happens. I really could care less what happens in this one, but I'm gonna take my shot, and I'm gonna take the Philadelphia Eagles to get revenge for the earlier loss when Jalen Hurts got knocked out with a concussion. I kind of just feel like, I feel like with Saquon, the way he's playing like a man possessed, and that defense with Jalen Carter, they just get after the quarterback and they just know how to shut him down. I kind of got to give the edge to Philadelphia. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles. It would be awesome if the Commanders could pull this off, but I'm going to take the Eagles to be the NFC representative in Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles.
yeah. I'm gonna take the Eagles to win the rubber match in advance to their second Super Bowl in the last three seasons. I think Washington's magic finally runs out,
Yeah.
and I think their Cinderella. I think the clock finally strikes midnight
Well,
on Washington, but it's been a hell of a ride.
it's been a hell of a ride, and like I said, Jaden Daniels should be a unanimous lock for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and I think the weather is supposed to clear conditions in mid 40s this week.
So no snow this
So
time around.
no snow.
Hmm. It was pretty awesome to see Saquon steamroll the Rams though in the snow. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, The 3 o'clock game. We got the AFC Championship once again at Arrowhead Stadium, but obviously last year was in Baltimore when the Chiefs had to go on the road and prove everyone wrong. But we got the Buffalo Bills going to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Chiefs getting that win over the Houston Texans. Some controversial calls, especially that roughing the passer, which clearly wasn't roughing the passer because the two defensive players collided with each other, which I didn't get that at all. But who the Chiefs managed to pull it out against the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bills, man, that defense came to play, forced 3 turnovers on Lamar and the Ravens, one of which a crazy strip fumble, which Von Miller almost took to the house. But Buffalo managing to squeak it out by 2 costly drops from Mark Andrews and the Ravens just absolutely killed them, especially the 2 point conversion. They didn't even have to go for 2 after the first touchdown they got. They really didn't have to go for 2. They
No,
really should
they
just kicked the
didn't.
PAT. They just bad mistakes by the Baltimore Ravens ultimately costed them. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, he may have made his case to be the MVP this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is just playing some lights out football. And he wants a shot at it. And can the Buffalo Bills exercise their demons from last year? The Bills have wanted this match since last year when Tyler Bass missed that field goal that could have tied it in the divisional round last year. But this time, this is to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they've wanted this matchup also ever since when they lost that AFC Championship in 2020 to the Kansas City Chiefs. And then when they lost with kind of with 13 seconds when Mahomes
Yeah.
hit that one big play to force the overtime in that game, which the Chiefs would ultimately end up winning that one back in the 2021 season. But oh man, this game around, we know Buffalo beat them in the regular season. Different animal. Mahomes is a different animal in the playoffs. We all know that. We know not I'm not sleeping on Mahomes out of this one, but something about this one, it feels different this time around. And something, I hope to see it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills to exercise the demons and get past Kansas City and be the AFC representative in the Super Bowl for the first time since 1993 season when they lost to the Cowboys, which was their fourth straight. I'm going Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl to take on the Philadelphia Eagles, which it could go any way. It could either be Eagles versus Chiefs, it could be Eagles versus Bills, it could be Commanders versus Chiefs or Commanders versus Bills. We'll see, but I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to get back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 1993 season. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills as well to get to their first Super Bowl in 31 years. I just believe, if not now, when.
Yeah.
I just believe it's their time.
I hope it's their time. I
Fourth
want to
time's
see
the, fourth time's the charm. I
you
mean,
mean the fifth time?
well, fourth time in the playoff, fourth time
Oh yeah.
against, fourth time against the Chiefs in the playoffs
It's got to be the
with
charm this time for
Mahomes.
them.
It's gotta be their time.
But they got to get
That
going
sounds
early.
that sounds cliche, but I say for them to win this game, they need to have at least a 2 possession lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they got Josh Allen needs to at least be taking it into his hand with the way he's been running the ball. He's got to freaking take control early and fast. No
This
slow
is the time
start.
to get. This is the time to get Kansas City.
It is. So yeah, give me Buffalo to stop Kansas City from a three-peat.
Yeah,
And these are our picks for who will be representing in the Super Bowl. Eagles over Commanders, Bills over the Chiefs. We'll see what happens. Best of luck to those teams. And yep, Championship Sunday. Let's see how we look. Last game picks in this room. Last game picks in this room. So got a little surprise next year coming up for when we do game picks when you'll see on my new spot. So yep, these will be getting packed up soon. Gonna be going to the new spot. And yeah, pretty much sums it up. Anyway, drop your picks down below, and we'll catch you next time. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Seahawks.